Ladies and gentlemen, whoa, I'd like to introduce y'all to somebody you already know. A Mac. A man. Ladies and gentlemen, Sharp Jizzle.
Alright, welcome back, guys. This was a special request by a buddy. So, what I'm going to do here is do a quick run through on how I clear coat a lure real quick. So this is going to be a really fast video, so sit tight, and I'm only going to do one of these two lures just so that way it's quick, because it's going to be the same process on either one of them. And then as far as the drying process, I don't have a turning wheel to, or rotating wheel or whatever to have the lures rotating to dry, and I honestly don't need it because I don't ever have any problems with it the way I dry it. So let's get started. Alright, so the way I do this is I use DevCon 2-ton epoxy. It's let me see, I have one right here in the package. 2500 psi strength, 2-ton epoxy clear. You don't want the 5-minute because that just hardens up way too quick, and if you're doing bigger baits, then you'll run into problems, as I have in the past. So all we're going to do is just put a little bit in the cup. Mix it up. Alright. Grab your brush. Disposable, because after this you will not be reusing it. So take and just start laying it on. You can start thick because you can move it around your lure, and then as you get to where your lure is almost fully covered, then that's when you'll want to use it sparingly, so that way you don't have a big old glob of epoxy on your lure in some spot, and then as it dries it just makes your lure not function properly. So just lay it on. Hold on, let me fix that real quick. Alright. Okay, so make sure you cover every bit of it. Once it looks like, and make sure you're doing this in a well-lit area, because there will be spots that where you brushed it on, where you thought it was fully covered, and an air bubble was there that you didn't see, and it popped, and the next thing you know, your lure dries and you have a spot that's missing clear coat. So double check it when you're done. I like to run through the mouths on these two real quick. These ones you gotta be really careful because they have all these little gills and all these little vents that create bubbles and stuff when you're popping them in the water. So you want to make sure that those are not sealed up with epoxy, or else it won't work properly. So now that I've done that, all you're going to want to do is take a blow dryer, Alright, blow dry it, examine it again to make sure everything is hit. The blow dryer will pop any air bubbles that may be left on this lure that you couldn't see with the naked eye, because, like for instance, this lure is transparent. I did a frog paint job on this lure and I left it see-through, so you can actually hold this up into the light and see through it, which makes it extremely hard to see if you're missing clear coat on it. So now that's done, the next process is we're going to grab a hook hanger and I just hang these and let them dry. And this process hasn't messed up on me since I've pretty much mastered it over time of trial and error. So let me get this camera off the tripod real quick and I'll show you how I hang them up to dry. Alright. Alright, so zoom out. This is how I do it right here. I just got these tacks on the wall hanging down and I just hang them on a hook hanger real quick and let it sit and dry. Takes probably about 35-45 minutes, and then sometimes a little bit longer depending on let me see, the temperature of the inside of your house. The weather's been cold lately, so it takes a little bit longer for your product to fully harden. So I won't even touch these for a day just because the it's winter time right now, so it takes a little bit longer. But yeah, that's pretty much all you have to do if you like how I've been doing it. If you've purchased product from me already and you've seen it firsthand, how it looks, how it feels, how it fishes, and you've been curious on how I do it, that's exactly how I do it. I kind of went through it in a couple of videos on how to paint certain product. These last couple of videos, I believe I did clear coat them in the video to kind of show you, but I don't think I showed you how I dried them, and this is how I dry them right here. So yeah, hopefully this helps you guys, and also you can look up on YouTube, there's a lot of other people out there who do dry their lures on a rotating wheel, a homemade rotating wheel, or whatever. You can look up videos on how to make those as well, which they are a very excellent choice depending on the clear coat you use. I don't really ever have any problems with this because this epoxy is thick and doesn't run really fast, so I mean, and I throw it on thin, so I don't ever really have issues with it. But yeah, hopefully this helped you guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to share it if you know anybody who paints lures and they could use this advice. If it can help anybody, then I'm more than happy to share it. So again, thanks. Take care, guys.
Models popping bottles.